So another Big Boy Reacts. Today we're gonna be reacting to I'm in an I have Cthulhu. I don't know what that means. This is I don't understand. Okay.
There is a sense of mystery.
Now this I understand.
Then I get to lock it, and then I can drill a whole bunch of holes into which I can fit a whole bunch of.
Okay,
Hey
let's go.
folks, my name is Adam, and I like to make tiny nerdy things.
What?
And I have an
My.
idea, and it's to make an eye that's also a mouth.
Okay.
Of course, if I'm making an eye that's also a mouth, then I need to make a big hollow ball, which is where this pile of leftover foil comes in. More importantly, though, I want my ball to have a brown recyclable paper bag center, which then gets wrapped in foil. The paper bag will help to bulk the ball out, and the foil will help to keep its shape, all while being easy to remove later. All I need to do then is cover this little aluminium and paper bag ball in a layer of white clay. Except I don't have any white clay left, so I guess translucent clay will have to do. I can always paint it white later, but for now, it's time to bake this ball into a solid sphere.
Rock hard.
And with freshly baked paper bag filled ball, I can draw a mouth onto the center, then proceed to cut it out.
You need to use a whole
My
knife.
interior, so I can refine the size of my mouth.
You need a whole
Filling the inside
knife
of the eye with another layer of clay into which I can start to add
to
all the goopy mouthy details.
get that thing out. That thing is rock hard. That's not supposed to be
Well, my
clay.
disembodied friend, this particular mouthy eyeball boy
I
is
don't
going to
know.
be the
I just
Eye of
don't know.
Cthulhu, which is
Eye
the
of
first
Cthulhu.
world boss you fight in one of
Yeah.
my all-time favorite games,
You
Terraria.
got,
If you're not in the know, then Terraria is basically 2D Minecraft, except it really isn't anything like Minecraft. I just wanted to say Minecraft a bunch of times so I could put Minecraft in the tags to artificially inflate the SEO for
How much Minecraft are you gonna do?
Minecraft.
Okay.
Mr. Beast.
Why? Are you what? You are listening anything you can.
And boss murdering antics. Regardless, it's a good time.
Terraria is nothing like Minecraft. Terraria has a bajillion more items. I hate this game. This game is gonna take me 5 bajillion hours to do it. My first world that I tried to beat took me 280 hours.
All that to say that this mouthy murder ball you see before you getting a fresh outer layer isn't just something that my mostly broken brain came up with. No, this is the product of someone else's mostly broken brain. And to that someone else I say...
What is that supposed to mean?
Now at this point
That makes no sense.
So I can safely handle it without messing up the gooey interior details, and I've added a layer of clay around the outside of the eyeball so I can start to build up the lips and gums. Once I've got the proportions mostly correct, I can set my head aside so I can get to work making his teeth. To make his teeth, I'll start with a whole bunch of little balls of clay. These little balls then get the old roly-roly until they become tapered tooth-like shapes. Then it's into the oven to bake, and I can pop them off the tray and jam them all up into my
Wait, you
eyeball's
put
gums.
it in an oven?
Now, the astute among you may have noticed that these teeth are significantly larger than what I just made, and you are correct. The original teeth were too small, so I remade them, but the process is functionally identical, and apart from me and you, no one will ever notice. Otherwise, with my teeth in place, I can refine the shape of the gum line to really exaggerate my eyeball's lips and make it
That
look
looks
like the eyes peeled back to
disgusting.
reveal his big, friendly smile beneath. I'll then add some final gnarly details
That's
to the gums
so
around the teeth
disgusting,
before
man.
adding some cracked and split
I
skin around
actually
the
don't
lips.
know.
Then it's into the oven to bake, and we're finally ready to move on.
But don't forget to like and subscribe. And I hope this video you like. And let's get back into the video.
ASMR portion of the video.
That's not satisfying. Ah, that's tingly.
Now that I've got a nice
Ah, that's disgusting. I hate that. Oh,
Covering it just behind the lips will help to make it look like the skin's been peeled back. The trick here is to use skinny worms and add lots of them, leaving plenty of lines in between. Otherwise, with my wrinkles in place, it's finally time to start adding the goopy red bits that hang out the back. I'll start by building up a big thick slab of red clay, which I'll add all willy-nilly with lots of little lumps extending forward. I'll then use progressively smaller ball styluses to add veiny details until I've got a nice, nasty, red-veined blob growing out the back of my eyeball.
Disgusting. Incredibly disgusting.
Once my veiny red monstrosity is finished, I'll bake it to lock it, and then I can drill a whole bunch of holes into which I can fit a whole bunch of wires. These wires will be the dangly bits.
That's
at the back
actually
of the
not
eyeball, keep
wires.
from falling
You
out of your head
dum-dum.
when you spin around too fast. At this point, it's just a case of covering everything in a thin layer of red and adding
I
lots
hate
of
that.
aforementioned
Blech.
veiny detail.
This
Because
is
I use the
not.
wires to
I
make the first
hate
set of
this
red eyeball
thing.
hair, they'll act as support for adding lots of smaller, finer strands of hair, which I'll use to really bulk up the back end of the eyeball. To add some more texture and
hate it.
detail, I figured some clots and pustules would work well around the front. Otherwise, once again, it's into the oven to lock it all in place, and I can get on to the painting. Originally, I wanted the eyeball to be white, and at this point, I've stained the translucent clay red, so I figured I'd just give it a quick once-over with a brush before realizing an even coat is a ball ache, so I'll crack out the airbrush to make quick work of an otherwise obnoxious task. The airbrush oversprays a bit around the veins, but that actually works in my favor since I'll repaint all the veins with a dark red wash to increase the saturation and add lots of shading to the wavy bits. The white tips have a nice smooth gradient as a result of using the airbrush, so it helps the red have a nice
Ooh, that's
gradient as well.
disgusting. I hate that
The white is a
so
bit too
much.
flat, so I've mixed up some very thin gray wash to add some gray shading to the wrinkles, as well as to help soften the edge between the veins
Ooh,
and the
that's
eyeball.
disgusting.
The inside of the mouth and gums will get a series of reds and pinks and purples and terracottas all
Why?
blended together until I've got just an
This is so
absolute mess. At this
disgusting.
point, I'll use a cotton swab coated in alcohol to scrape everything off the teeth, since I like the color of the translucent clay. That being said, the Eye of Cthulhu doesn't have hands, so it can't hold a toothbrush, so
Oh,
I'll muck up the
wait a second. I just gotta pause for a second.
teeth by adding an umber ink over the whole
Ooh.
surface before using a
Not
cotton
good.
swab to gently rub the tooth clean from the tip towards the base to get a lovely, gross, toothy gradient.
That's not good.
Finally, a
I
little
hate
bit of
this.
that blood red from the eyeball tail can be applied around the edge of the lips as well as in all the cracks and creases to once again soften the edge between the white of the eyeball and the darker
So
gums
disgusting. I'm
inside
gonna
the
kill
tooth.
myself. That thing
Otherwise,
is
that's my
disgusting
eyeball painted,
as
so
hell.
it's time to mount it.
So what? Ooh, I don't even. What is that? I don't know what the hell is that thing.
Stuck a clear acrylic tube into the center that would probably be good enough for the glamour shots. Some quick checks will find the center of mass,
What is
and I
that?
can drill a hole and test fit it to see how well it will hold itself up. It's a little bit wobbly, but given the weight of the eyeball and the size of the tube, as long as it lasts at the end of the video, we're laughing. For now, though, I'll remove the rod and mount my eye on a thick wire so I can completely cover it in a thick layer of high-gloss varnish to ensure maximum eye goopiness. I don't really want a base,
that
but I need
flip
something to
that
mount the
thing
tube
out of my
into, so I need
whole
something
entire
that is
life.
small and unobtrusive. Perfect.
Wait.
I'll drill a little hole into the center, then I can paint the whole thing black.
Okay.
The rod should fit nice and snug.
It's already
Mount
fitting.
the eye on top. The only thing left to do then is add a bit of drool around the lips and teeth, which I'll do by stringing some Fabri-Tac glue between the teeth, and that's us not quite finished. It's great, but it's missing something, and I know exactly what that is. Even more eyeballs. Before you fight the Eye of Cthulhu, your first nighttime experience in Terraria involves a number of run-ins with demon eyes, which are really just little baby eyes of Cthulhu before they get their teeth.
They're named the servants of Cthulhu.
Fortunately, having made the big eye, I've learned from my mistakes, and making a little eyeball should be a lot easier and much quicker. In fact, the majority
I
of the process
don't know
is
what the
identical,
flip is
but
that.
on a
Hold
smaller
on, wait a
scale.
second. I'm doing something, but wait a second. And okay.
Once I've covered the back in red goo, I can add lots of veiny
That's
texture,
not
full lengths of eyeball
no.
hair and teeny tiny tumors. Then I can
Okay.
remove the wire support, fill in the gap, and paint all the red bits with the red wash and gray
Okay.
edging. However, because
That's
this is
not
an
too
eyeball
disgusting.
instead of a mouth, I times
shiny.
until I have a happy little family of floating eyeballs.
That's great. That's good.
Then these happy little eyeballs can ditch their wire support in favor of some more acrylic supports, and I can mark out where on the base they'll go. I'll use a little heat to bend the mounts into slightly better positions, and now that's us finished. On to the glamour shots.
Ooh, great. Wow, that's actually like good.
As always, a huge thank you to the fine folk over on Patreon who, for reasons
Oh,
I don't
okay,
understand,
that's
fully
good.
support the creation of floating eyeballs with faces. And a very special hey, how are you to my
Wait
newest
a
patrons.
second. I need something. Wait a second.
Vid,
Hey,
Randy
wait.
Lane, Craig Bender, Logan W, Boot
What?
the Dodge, and please don't call Rudolph a bastard. He's doing his best. You are the dangly bit at the back of the eye that keeps this channel
Okay.
from falling apart. Let me know what
Okay.
you thought down below, and if this video gets enough love, then I'd be up for making more realistic Terraria monsters, so let me know what you'd like to see next. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Cheers.
And guys, goodbye for another Big Boy Reacts. And also make sure to like and subscribe. Goodbye and bye bye. See you next time. Goodbye.